with another video with this guy. I don't know how he gets here, but he does. And what are we doing today? Going over, how long have you had this car for?
I've had it for 2 months. I'm the gremlin that crawls into your videos every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing a 2-month in review on the Santorini G80. I loved the Santorini Blue E92 so much that I regretted selling it, and Sean once again had the
Or
open
you
allocation.
weren't gonna sell it. He posted all 9 cars and he's like, I might just post 8 because I want the Santorini, but that didn't happen. So now he sold it and cried. So then I told him, order this in that, and that's what this is. And the cool thing is, this is a 2022. It's not the 23 with the like 70-inch screen across the whole dash, which you don't like.
I'm not a fan of.
Which you're not a fan.
Yet.
So.
I might be.
And this is a Drew Leslie tick all the boxes order. So he just literally ticked all the boxes, had no idea what everything was.
Why are my brakes gold?
Luckily I corrected it.
That was a $9,000 error. Let's talk about the brakes first, actually, since we're joking about it.
Okay.
It was intentional to check all the boxes. I wanted, I should say, a car that was the exact opposite of the pink G80 that he has. I did select the ceramic brakes, and it actually is one of my biggest gripes with BMW. I've had a lot of ceramics from Porsche and BMW, and your brakes, which are Steelies, with the PSI pads and the PSI brake lines, are way better than the OE brakes that are ceramic.
Which we drove when we were in Monterey.
Correct. And I gave it the beans, and it was amazing. These are really good, but the M2 CS, the M5 CS, those ceramics are 10x better than these. So these are more manageable though.
Well, maybe I need to just drive it and bed them in, because maybe you haven't bedded them in.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
I don't know.
What is your opinion on some other items?
Yeah, so the car came with the InPerformance carbon fiber, which is actually really hard to get for this car, because when you order these cars, it's an option available by the hour, we've learned. Because we have a few of these that we're building, a few of these that we have coming in, and you can either order the InPerformance stuff when you order the car, or it's a dealer installed option. And so we're going to modify the car, front lip and a bunch of other changes. We wanted to go ahead and get all the carbon pieces. And this has the front lip, the side skirts, the winglets, the diffuser. It has all the carbon bits in the car. What else? I mean, this has the badges, which he doesn't really like, but I actually like them on the Santorini. So these are the 50th anniversary M badges from BMW. You can actually option for them, or you can ask to have them, put to normal. But with the blue background, I think it works.
I like the badges. I think they immediately got overplayed, because it's like, now that they're out there and everybody can order them on their own car, everybody is ordering, whether it's carbon or the OE.
Yeah, and everyone's ordering for every
metal
generation car now. So like, there's a lot of them out. And I think in February at BMW Invasion, we're gonna see a ton of them, and then you'll probably wanna take them off.
Most likely.
Yeah.
I want to do something different.
So this is also full leather Kyalami. So
yeah, so per Sean's suggestion as usual, he convinced me to go with the Kyalami orange interior. I was a little iffy because I'm not a Gators fan, and it seems like every design thing I've been doing lately is Gators colors, but this turned out amazing. And we chose the extended leather package because, there was another box that we had to pay for, which he didn't have on his. So it gives you because it's orange, it gives you the orange leather under the dash and then all the way across, which doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, but man, when you get in the car, it's just like, it's just so much nicer, which was a gripe that you and I both had on
my car. But
every previous
this also has the stitching above the steering wheel too, on the black, because it's black leather on the top, so it adds that, which is also super nice.
Yeah, yours is plastic.
I really want BMW to get rid of the jersey material here and do full Alcantara, which is something that we're going to try to get on the other car, which we're keeping super secret.
Top secret.
I told him, and I told all my buddies that we've had M3s for, I guess, 30 years or 20 years now, however long it's been. People call me and say, how do you like your G80? Because I'm really thinking about getting one, and I heard it's heavy, and I heard the front's ugly, and I heard all this. And I tell them what I've repeated on many videos, that I think this is one of the best generations of M3. And so I told him this. He got to drive my car, so he knew.
He never said it.
But you've experienced almost all the generations. I don't think you've been around an E30 much, but tell him what you think about the car. I mean, you daily drive the car now.
The only generation I haven't had is the E30, so good point. The way I would describe this car is, it is as close as you can get to a GT Porsche without being a GT Porsche. And I know there's a wild difference on track, I get it. We both had them, so I'm not talking from out of my ass. This is, real data. We've driven just about every modern or modern classic Porsche out there, and I would say that this is as close as you can get in that $100,000 to $115,000 range. Now, I'm not saying it's perfect. Obviously, there are things that we have to modify in the car. I think we should get into that later because it's a pretty lengthy list of toys that we're going to add to it. But if you look at what's happened in the Porsche world right now with their pricing, if you want to get a GT3 or a GT3 Touring, you're easily $150,000 to $250,000 over MSRP. You're looking at $400,000 to $450,000 for a car that I don't think is worth 350 grand more than this one.
No, I mean, it's basically 3.5 of these cars.
Right.
So, I mean, there's no comparison. And I'll just talk about BMW world for a second. Like, the only thing that I like about it as much as this is the M5 CS that you had.
Right.
But the problem with the M5, even the CS, is it's a massive car. I mean, this is a massive car. And this is the same size as an E60 M5 in the inside. So then when you add the M5 current generation and you drive it, it's like a land yacht. And you feel that.
Yeah.
So this is really awesome for daily because it is the size of an E60, but it's not the size of a current 5. It's a happy medium because I don't want to drive a 5 Series. I don't want to drive a 7 Series. So for me, it's like to drive this and it still be an M3 and get the carbon buckets and all of it. I mean, there's nothing that compares. And then my car is manual. So everyone out there knows how many manual cars like this there's even left in the world. So for me, it's like you get this or you go to a GT3. But like you said, it's 4 times the price. So
now that we've given it all the praise in the world, why don't we just shit on it for a second? The biggest thing that people gripe about on the car is going to be the grille. Now, the OE grille does leave a little to be desired or questioned
yeah, well, it
on
looks
what
like
was happening.
it looks like the blinds.
Yeah,
It looks like blinds,
it does.
so we can close and open them.
But I think you could make the argument that like BMW stepped on a ledge that a lot of manufacturers aren't willing to do and haven't been willing to do. Yeah, it's a little strange, OE, but it's grown on me. I'm not in love with it, but I don't hate it anymore. What if we are going to put on both Vorsteiners? I think we're going to experiment with the ABS plastic Vorsteiner grille and then probably end up on the carbon one. I don't like the ceramic brakes. Call me crazy. I'm sure there's a lot of other boys and girls out there that spent the same $9,000 that swear by them. But I'm telling you, they're not as good as the M5 CS or the M2 CS. Those are way better.
Okay, so the grille was the first thing that we didn't like that we're going to change. The second thing is that bothers me every time I see the car, and I was just at the dealership, and there's 2 on the showroom, and they both look like they're literally about to jump another car in a monster truck. So they're so high, and you know everyone knows what the fix is for this. We normally do the lowering springs, the ASTs. We also have Moton one-ways, we have Moton two-ways that we're going to do on this. And that fixes a lot of the look of the car. These are super high, and if you check out the 50th anniversary pictures that BMW took, they left the shipping blocks on the suspension when they did it. So if you want to see an extra high picture, you can check that out too. But we're going to change the gap, the grille, and then there was something that really bothering him.
Yeah.
What was that, side skirt?
So I love the design of all the carbon, but the side skirts, man, they're just like, they wiggle. It's a wiggle fest, right? Yeah, I understand there's not an option right now. They all do it. It's not just this particular car. It's every single one that I've touched. The design's great. It's expensive. I understand it's carbon, and there's not a whole lot of tough or rigid mounting points on it, but like, I'm sure BMW can do something about that long term, and it bothers me.
They won't do it.
Yeah.
They're not going to change it.
I also
And
think the front lip, by the way, as expensive and as nice as it is, they could make it a little bit beefier or wider on the front of the, like the bottom of the bumper, not on the side skirt.
I think it retains the TV approval of the car. So if they were to go lower or wider, they would lose that approval and they wouldn't even sell the lip.
Gotcha.
So we got the lip we get because of that, and I'll take it, but we're still going to change it. So yeah, that's
Why'd
it.
you check that box, by the way?
Yeah, whatever.
He checked the rear diffuser box. He checked the front lip box.
It's because this car
And
went
he-
on your Amex, not mine.
And you
So-
you knew you were going to charge the
Yeah.
Amex again for the other replacements.
Yeah,
which
well, I
won't
tried
go
to
with.
add the blow up doll for the carpool lane, and they wouldn't add that. So
I'll show you the best part. Come here. For anybody that knows me, all of my cars are very reliable and they have maximum torque because of my one modification that 100% of the cars get. So
yeah, and if anyone doesn't know the real story is he used to work at Honda, and every car that would come in, he would steal the license plate they were giving to the customer. So he has about 7,200 of those in his garage. So that's the real story.
it's a bit of an exaggeration, but there's a few thousand. Yeah. Anyway, love the car. I don't think any car is perfect. He doesn't think any car is perfect. We do want to replace the features that bother us with better parts. We're going to do that. We're going to give you more content on the vehicle. future videos. So hopefully you like this one.
Okay, so that's the likes and dislikes of the car. We really love the car for the most part, but we'll make our changes. We'll make another video on all those mods. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to see me or if you want to see him or none of us, still like and subscribe and hit the bell, and we'll see you next time.
Bobo Brain out.